All right, so let's elaborate on Anthony Davis, aka the Lakers' best player, and
The
finally,
unibrow.
yeah, and finally, it seems like JJ Redick is willing to go through him because I find it hard to believe the Lakers are trying to sell the fan base that they could potentially go deep into the playoffs with a 40-year-old LeBron James. Make that
Yeah,
make sense
it's
to me.
easier to sell. It's easier to sell a 31-year-old than a 40-year-old, bro.
Yeah, man, especially when AD the first 3 games, 36
Oh man.
points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks, then
Yeah.
35 points, 8
I think he's
rebounds,
averaging
4
33 points per
assists.
game right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 blocks, and in the third game, 31 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. Come on, LeBron. Fucking go through AD. Enough of
Dude,
this
they're finally doing
enough
it,
of this
and it's opening a
LeBron
lot more plays.
playing point
It's
guard,
op-
man. Enough of this.
yeah. It's opened a lot more plays for a lot of guys. Like I think well the thing with Anthony Davis and fucking finally, right? I don't know what took him for a long time, but he finally stopped settling for those jumpers. It seems like he's much more willing to get physical and around the basket. And that has opened a lot. That has opened the floor up for guys like LeBron James, for Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell if he's able, like Dalton Connect. Then D'Angelo Russell's been on and off, but
Mhm.
it's really opened up the floor for those guys. And I think that's
Definitely.
the thing the Lakers needed for a long time is for Anthony Davis to kind of become that guy who can bang down low and you know just
Mhm.
be that defensive anchor. But mostly important on offense is just be the guy who can just bang down low. LeBron can throw you the ball and just work, work in the post. Because Anthony Davis, I always say this, on paper, on talent, on everything. When you look at the three stars LeBron has played with, right? The three A stars, not even Kevin Love and Chris Bosh. The three A stars, Kyrie Irving, Dwayne Wade, and Kyrie Irving, Dwayne Wade, and Anthony Davis.
And,
Anthony Davis fits the best because he's the best off-ball player. He doesn't really need the ball to be dominant.
yeah,
Like
and
Anthony
Chris
Davis is
Bosh
never
in a
going to
way
be like,
too. Chris Bosh did too.
yeah, but I kind of view Chris Bosh as like what a B player. But yeah, you could put him also in the A player too, like second option if that makes sense.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean his defense wasn't as fierce as AD's, but I mean I
No, he's
think
a great defender.
JJ Redick during these Olympics, I know he was watching AD. AD was the bridge that connected one side of the floor to the next during the Olympics.
Yeah.
And you could tell like once they inserted him, the difference between the way Team USA's offensive flow was when he
Yeah.
was on the floor versus Embiid was night and day. Night and day. That's why everyone kind of made a fuss about Embiid starting. In the beginning of the Olympics, there was a little like
Yeah.
fuss about that in the media, but it was night and day, man. AD was definitely should have been the starter, and you could tell it was a different version of AD. Like I noticed, I was like, wow, AD's in his prime. Like he's in his prime
Because I
prime.
can't lie, throughout his career, you do question AD's heart. Like I've done that many times. When he quit on the Pelicans, the last two seasons where he's getting injured or he's settling for shots in the fourth quarter,
Hmm.
or settling for jumpers. Right now, I can't question him. I'm like, dude, this guy, he's been everything the fucking Lakers needed forever.
Yeah, but the thing is, once again, are they gonna sort of tweak their system a bit? Because the Lakers, if you look at their starting lineup, they got LeBron listed as a forward. Remember, I've kind of alluded to this before. LeBron is
Yeah.
listed as a forward, but when you watch the games, this guy is playing the point guard role. He's playing the point guard role. He's
Yeah.
way out in the perimeter all the time, scoping for assists. And I'm just like, okay, the Lakers at some point are gonna have to get that guy down low, man. At some point, like mix and match a little bit. They got him
Why?
bringing up the ball 24/7. LeBron does not move off ball at all.
I
At
don't mind
all.
him bringing up the ball. I don't mind that as long as he's setting up Anthony Davis. My thing is guys like D'Angelo Russell and his lack of ability to play off ball causes problems for the Lakers because that makes the offense much more stagnant.
Mm-hmm. But you know what's so funny?
Like,
If they
what's
make
up?
if they make LeBron play down low, like they switch, maybe he's point guard one play, the next play he's setting screens. He's kind of in the more power forward role because his
Yeah.
ass is big enough to do so. We're gonna see LeBron's age real fast. I think that's really what it is. There's politics here. LeBron
Yeah.
will show his age if he brings his ass into the paint
Dude,
on
you
the
know, like
offensive end.
if
He will show
LeBron
his
has to
age.
run around, use his strength to
Yeah.
kind of get open, it makes it harder, right?
Yeah, and
With
then
the
play
guy with-
defense.
yeah.
Play defense after all that.
Yeah. Well, 100%. Because right now, LeBron, what or bringing up the ball down the court, throwing it to Anthony Davis,
or
or
just
even like having a couple of screeners so you can
yeah,
run down the court. It's a lot easier than like having to create yourself open, you know?
yeah. And on defense, he's guarding the center, so he's
Yeah.
slowly like he's resting on one end. And then on the offensive end, you know, he all he is just going through screens. Every once in a while, he might try to
Mm.
bulldoze somebody, but it's like you're not gonna win like that.
I mean,
You're
dude,
not
he
gonna win.
rested throughout the If you watch the Sacramento game, first 3 quarters he's resting. Once that fourth quarter hit, you see LeBron get hot.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Yeah.
can he play like that, pushing for a decent playoff seed and making a deep playoff run come
No, not no way.
February, April,
You
May?
can't.
You can't do that.
You can coast in certain games, but not key games like Sacramento Kings. Like he got lucky that the Sacramento Kings kind of shot the bed.
You know, AD actually finally beat Sabonis. He's 10 and
Yeah,
1
he
now.
did. Oh, he played great against Sabonis.
Yeah.
Sabonis played great too, but that's like the Lakers and Sabonis. Like for whatever reason, Sabonis either loves playing in the Staples Center or he hates the Lakers. But that dude, that dude always hoops against the Lakers. But Anthony Davis finally hooped well. Austin Reeves, credit to him, bro. Fucking incredible third option. You know, I gotta give credit to him. I think I'm kind of hopeful for, and I'm not really sold on the Lakers bench, to be honest with you. I feel like that's
Yeah, no
my
one is.
gripe with a lot of teams. But I think like Dennis Connect, like Dalton Connect was the only one that really like made me be like, okay, Jackson Hayes is cool, but I don't really care for Max Christie. I don't really see any hot spots from him. Gabe Vincent coming back from injury hasn't like I feel like since Miami he just kind of lost his charm.
Yeah, what happened to Gabe? I know he was hurt last season. I
Yeah,
forgot
it
about
seems like
him.
the injuries did a lot of damage, bro.
Wow, that's a blow.
Yeah,
Because the
yeah.
Lakers already messed up with so many players, with the Alex Caruso, uh with the Mike Conley situation, not getting him.
Even like
Uh
Talion Horton Tucker gambling on him really like set the
yeah,
Lakers back.
Malik Monk. They messed up on
Yeah,
a lot of scenarios to be, you know, getting a player from the Heat through free
who
agency,
can?
and he's hurt. It's just too many. Oh,
Yeah,
they couldn't afford that. To be honest with you, they cannot afford that, especially with aging LeBron. And but JJ, I'm not gonna lie, JJ, he's bringing a new. I feel like he's energized LeBron a little bit. They're like BFFs.
he's brought a new energy to the Lakers, a young energy, a vibrant energy. But
Hmm.
my thing is, bro, right now it looks good, right? Because everything's good. When everything's good, everything's awesome. But when the shit gets tough and when he has to make adjustments, that's when it'll be tough. And also, like, how much adjustments can he really make? Because right now, like, D'Angelo Russell isn't hitting his shots. And right now, it's not been like much need because you're what, 3-1? But dude, in like when the season gets deep, you need this guy to get hot.
Yeah, the Lakers definitely gonna need him to get hot. But the thing is, he's also playing for a contract, so I'm surprised. I'll be surprised if he continues to struggle. He is playing for that contract, but then again,
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell is not used to that catch and shoot role.
No, I think that's another thing. I think a lot of people like we'll go back to Trey Young on this. This is exactly like kind of like how Trey Young would be on a championship team. Better, obviously, but like huge sacrifice would it be have to make? Like would be have to be made?
Mm-hmm.
And D'Angelo Russell, since his time in Minnesota, he struggled with that. And when he had to make those sacrifices, it never worked out. You look at Warriors; they traded him as soon as possible. Like Brooklyn, obviously they let him be ball dominant because he had really nothing left to lose. So D'Angelo Russell in this role has been a kind of a struggle, which you could really like relate to Trey Young on it. Anyone can say it's a reach, but you can.
Or you could even relate LeBron to it if they try to reverse the situation and make LeBron play off ball.
Yeah,
LeBron, I wouldn't say he wouldn't struggle, but his numbers would not be 25 or 21, 8 and 8. That's the reason
no,
why people think LeBron averages those numbers because he's great right now in 2024. He averages
no, he's
those
ball
numbers
dominant.
because they're running a system straight through him. It's almost virtually
Yeah.
impossible how he handles the ball for him not to get those numbers.
Bro, when you have the ball as much as LeBron is, like no shit, he's gonna average 8, assists.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
didn't he set the record for the most misses ever for NBA player recently? I believe he has that now. the most
Bro, it's
misses.
bound to happen when someone has the ball in their hands so much. It's like James Harden when he led the league in turnovers. It's like no shit, man. This guy has the ball every possession. You know,
Hmm.
like D'Antoni gives him the ball on purpose every possession.
Yeah, and then sometimes that's where the GOAT conversation, even though there is no GOAT, because it's different eras, and the NBA is different and different within those different eras. But
Yeah,
that's where the whole LeBron thing kind of runs into a wall because there's a lot of fluff years. He's almost like you could even say you could compare it to the Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing. Kendrick has
yeah.
like a better body of work. He doesn't have as many albums, but Drake has so many albums. But everyone knows there's a lot of fluff in there.
So many albums, so many mainstream songs.
Yeah, but there's a lot of
Yeah,
fluff in there in between that.
yeah,
That's LeBron. There's a lot of fluff years within those
yeah.
all time. I'm the all time leading scorer. But then again, there's like a lot of stat padding, a lot of fluff years in
Yeah.
that. And
No, it's like
when you look at
comparing.
the goats,
Yeah,
they never ever played extra just to like they never wasted years. Like don't their only
yeah,
wasted years is when they were rookies or coming up in the league, trying to find
yeah.
their way. But they didn't waste any years heading down the road. When they started to decline, they left. That was it.
Yeah, dude, I like your example because like you look at like Mike's work or like Kendrick Lamar, it's very spaced out, but they're all like bangers, right? Where like a Drake album, people can only like out of like however many albums he dropped, people could probably only name like two they liked at most.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I can only name two Drake albums I like. Like, I'm gonna be honest.
But he's had a run just like LeBron. He's had a long run.
Yeah,
People consider him the GOAT. But then again,
yeah,
there's more fluff. There's
of
definitely more
course.
fluff. But then when you look at someone like Jordan,
Yeah.
played less years, very similar to Kendrick, less albums, but people see the body and quality of the work, and they're
Well,
just like, hey, these people should be goated.
I think the best example I can break is like everyone knows more Drake singles than they know albums. Where Kendrick Lamar, everyone knows album. You know what I
True.
mean? Like nobody will ever tell you I listen to this Kendrick Lamar song alone. People tell you I listen to Good Kid, Mad City, like from one to fucking Z, right? Nobody
Yeah,
will ever
that's a
tell
great
you
analogy.
I listen to I don't know what's the pretty man. What was the new album he had? Certified Lover Boy from A to Z. They'll be like, I like this one song, too sexy for this shirt, and that's it. You know what I mean? They will never
Mhm.
tell you like whatever, whatever. You know?
Same thing. No, nobody could really tell you about LeBron's first season with the Lakers.
No, because everyone wants to forget.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and nobody could tell you LeBron's 2017 season, 2018 season with the Cavs with D Wade there. Nobody remembers that shit.
No, or LeBron missing the playoffs with the Lakers.
Yeah,
What the
that's
season before they went to the Western Conference?
yeah. When with Lonzo and all of them there, nobody could even remembers those days. But that's
No,
part
he
of
missed one with Anthony Davis and he missed one with Anthony Davis and those guys too when Steph Curry won the finals.
sheesh. My God, I see. I didn't even remember that. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these guys, like,
Yeah,
the legends that LeBron and others get compared to, it's just like the body of work is a lot shorter, and then these guys still put up almost the same amount of points. It took them that long to pass somebody who really only had a solid decade and barely a half.
yeah,
Michael Jordan
yeah.
had
The
like
Lakers
13
missed the
seasons, and then he came
postseason.
back for two more.
Yeah, so 2022, the Lakers missed the postseason, I believe.
Yeah, the Lakers. Yeah, the Lakers, and then they had the elimination against Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Man, that game when Devin Booker had eliminated LeBron, and he dropped that 41.
You talking 2021?
Yeah, man, Devin Booker looked like the best player on the court. That's when.
Oh, dude, I
Wait,
thought
hold on.
DeAndre Ayton was gonna be like
In
a
my
top
humble
three center
opinion,
after that series.
wait, say that
Yeah,
again.
I thought DeAndre Ayton was gonna be a top three center after that series.
Yeah, me too. He was supposed to be, but
Yeah,
what happened
whatever
with
happened
that?
there.
But in my opinion, in my opinion, that series, and this is where a lot of the NBA fans should look at it. That's where LeBron James was no longer in his prime. That series.
No,
That series showed you he was not he was not in his prime. When you look at the way Devin Booker played in that elimination game,
yeah,
he should have not been the best player on the floor.
no,
But he
it
was
should have been
looking
Anthony
looking
Davis.
like miles ahead of LeBron. Miles
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh, Devin, bro, that isn't Chris Paul, right? Like DeAndre, those three guys look great that series, bro.
Yeah, but Devin on the floor, when you say who's the best talent when you're watching it, there was no doubt it was Devin Booker. And then after that season, I saw Ja Morant play against LeBron, and everyone's like, you could see it on the TV screen. Ja's the best talent on the floor. LeBron was
Yeah.
out of his prime since then.
And then Ja got injured, and it like gave Lakers a lot more breathing room, and that's when you saw kind of like it, bro. For like even that's like postseason. So we're talking about the John Morant one. The Jokic looked like by miles ahead, bro. Like a tier ahead of LeBron.
And that's what I'm saying. That's the only problem with him playing so long. Now you're just like Drake. You're dropping all these like albums in the last couple of years that nobody. It's like a lot of fluff. There's a lot of fluff.
You'll have a hot single, but we know like that album not coming out good.
Yeah, exactly. The album's like 30 tracks. You know, just like LeBron, like 30. You know, he has a bunch of games where he's averaging crazy amount of points, but the Lakers lost those games. And it's like you're in the play-in, you're not in the playoffs. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of fluff. A lot of fluff.
A lot of bullshit. Yeah. I mean, dude, now it's like even that whole Bronny James situation. I mean, dude, like let's be honest, like we weren't expecting him to be used this season, but like even it's like for like the 2 minutes they put him in, it was like okay, LeBron, I guess like you have this one accolade that like I don't know who will top that, and I don't know who would want to top it, but all right, you know what? Here you go, a gold sticker. You know what I mean? Against Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, but you know he deserves it. I'm not gonna lie, like him getting his son into the league, that is light work.
That's cute.
Yeah, no, but that's really, in reality, fans want to be honest with it. That's light work compared to what's going on behind those NBA offices. There are people getting jobs just because they know somebody. Like I'm talking about high level positions. So it's like LeBron.
I support Bronny James.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
Yeah, because LeBron, believe it or not, he makes the NBA a shit ton of money every single year that he played. Way more than what he gets paid, even with endorsements.
He makes the Lakers a shit ton of money.
Yeah, he makes some like if he made Dan Gilbert's net worth of his team jump 500 million just by joining them. Can you imagine how much cash he's bringing in every year?
Oh, especially in a city like Los Angeles.
Yeah, and he did that in Cleveland. My man went to a franchise in Cleveland and jumped the net worth 500 million in Cleveland. Can you imagine 100%. Los Angeles, other places? Like, come on, bro. Like him bringing his kid in the league. Man, if he has 7 kids, they all should be in the league. Like if he says, hey, let them all in.
Everyone.
Yeah, it's like make him he made him a ton of money. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, there is a lot of he doesn't want to abuse his power and make the league seem too gimmicky. That's my only issue. Don't make it seem like your son could have been brought into the league. Maybe he got, you know, signed as an undrafted player. Don't make this shit look gimmicky, man. Don't have a whole ESPN rollout for Bronny and billboards. Don't do that, bro. Don't make it look gimmicky.
Yeah.
Because the perception is you got to qualify to get into that league. You can't just get into the league. You know what I mean? Like it's a weird, it's a balancing act that he has to do. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. The Lakers, you know, it seems like Jeannie Buss is in the business of the entertainment side with the Lakers. They're not really that mystique of being a championship franchise. That's not who they are today.
Nah,
that's not who they are today.
With the father.
Yeah, I think that might have died with the father, like you said.
Yeah, now it's Disney World. You know, like Walt Disney's dead, so now you got to market Mickey Mouse. You got to market Peter Pan. You got to market the classics. So when people go to Disney, like, oh, I watched like Aladdin growing up. I watched, I don't know, like Lion King growing up. I want to go to this ride. That's what the Lakers are. They're Disney of the NBA.
Phew, that's sad. That's kind of sad because if you look at it, the Yankees are kind of going through a similar phase. It's almost like, I mean,
they're the Disney of baseball.
Yeah, but they're still about winning. But when you look at it, the kids, it's something about the second generation of owners. They're not as savvy. They're not as innovative. Like their parents had to be innovative. Like Dr. Buss had to be innovative with the cheerleaders, the red carpets, the entertainment.
Look at the Dolan. The father Dolan was much more innovative as compared to James.
Oh yeah, facts. These guys had to like start from the ground up. It's something about these guys inheriting the franchise. It's a different like Jeannie Buss, when she talks about the Lakers, it's almost like she's talking about the past. Like there's no
Yeah, she's talking
innovation
about
forward.
Disney. It's Disney.
Yeah,
It's like, come to watch our movie because you know our movies are great in the past. Come to our
exactly.
amusement ride because explore the past of your childhood. You know.
Yeah,
And let me ask you this. Let me ask you this because it's a real like. I guess you'll like this question. I think now with the Clippers, their new arena, guys like James Harden, Kevin Durant praising it. Do you think the Lakers now officially got competition next door? A competition with more money, a sexier stadium, and then now sooner or later a more organic fan base.
um, somewhat. They somewhat have more competition, but I would say overall they have more competition throughout the rest of the league because, like you said before, with Jeannie Buss, her looking towards the past, saying, "Hey, it's a Laker. Who doesn't want to come here? We make stars." But in reality, you look at SGA in Oklahoma City. He looks like a movie star, and he's in Oklahoma City, and that's because now the Lakers' competition with the internet is everywhere. Every single team is their competition. Like they're not the only ones that can make SGA type of archetype with chinchillas, a fashion style. Look at Kyle Kuzma in Washington. He left the Lakers and he's still on the Met Gala. He's still doing red carpets, and he's in DC. So it's like, Jeannie Buss got to realize, you had a monopoly, you and your father being out in LA on the whole stardom shit. Yeah, they had a monopoly on that because of their location. But now because of the internet, everyone's kind of going viral from anywhere. Look at SGA consistently going viral with his style, his fashion,
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards out in Minnesota. I don't think she's realized, like, you don't have that same ability to be the only person to put someone on a big screen. Everyone has a screen on their phone. Like everyone's walking around with a screen now.
I get what you're saying, but LA will always be like the home a lot of NBA players will die to play for. Weather, opportunities, whatever. But they don't need to go to the Lakers anymore for all that stuff, right? So do you think like the Clippers now, with what they're building, just like with their whole new core, whole new fan base, whatever, do you think the Lakers will be the go-to team for a player to be like, I want to move my family to LA for whatever opportunities? Do I need the Lakers anymore?
You don't. You really don't.
Yeah.
You really don't, but at the same time, you have to make sure the Clippers have a good plan.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, you have to make sure the Clippers have a good plan. But the Clippers, it's a good spot. You're still in the LA market, but you are second fiddle. The only thing that could change that is winning. Bro.
But dude, like we live in a capitalistic world, right?
Mm-hmm.
At one point Sears was the big retail store. Whatever you wanted, you went to Sears. Sears died. Walmart, Amazon has overpassed Walmart. So like, things always change. Markets always change. Where people's attention always changes to the new top things.
True, but that takes time because the reason why I'm telling you this, because in New York City, right, we have the Knicks, right? Mm-hmm. We were out there, Knicks. Everyone's Knicks. But then James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, all on the same team. But guess when you went outside what everyone was still talking about?
Julius
Randle, RJ Barrett. That's what I'm saying. It takes generations to change that. Like in New York City,
winning.
Yeah, in New York City, the Nets will always. The problem with the Nets is the branding. They should have changed their fucking name. They have because people in New York, we seen because the Nets were across the river in that nasty ass stadium.
Jersey.
Yeah, they were in that Prudential, whatever the fuck it was. It was horrible. But they were in that. They were in that across the river in Newark, right? So everyone that still lives in the city subconsciously still remembers. Oh yeah, the other franchise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so they came.
Yeah,
they came to Brooklyn and they still have the same name. They should have changed this shit. Same thing for the Clippers.
They should have revamped it.
Yeah, the Clippers when they moved, they should have changed. Steve Ballmer should have told Adam Silver, let's put a different name on this.
Yeah,
should have rebranded the whole shit.
Especially with the team with no real structure, right? Like
no real history.
Was, the most notable thing. Yeah, the Blake Griffin was the most notable thing.
Yeah, I mean, I believe the Clippers came from Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo, San Diego.
Yeah,
and LA.
Yeah, Buffalo, New York. It's something about like New York State. There's a lot of teams in LA that's from there. Like the
Yeah,
Dodgers,
the
Brooklyn.
Chargers.
Yeah,
Not the Chargers.
nah,
The
it's
Chargers came from St. Louis.
yeah, saying yeah, wherever. Nah, I think they came from. I don't even know
Not
where
Char-
they came
My
from.
bad. One of the LA teams came from St. Louis.
The Rams, the
What's the
Rams,
other LA team, man?
the
The Rams.
Rams. Yeah,
And the other Chargers came from San Diego.
yeah. So LA has two
Yeah.
former New York teams, the Clippers and the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Dodgers, Buffalo Clippers. So yeah, it's like, but then again, they changed their. I believe they changed their names. Those no, the Dodgers stayed the Dodgers. That's one thing. They
I
stayed the
believe
Dodgers.
the only team I could really like, Oklahoma City Thunder is the only one I could think that changed their names, and the Sacramento Kings from Kansas City Royals to Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, and you know what's so funny? The Oklahoma City Thunder, if once that team, that expansion team goes to Seattle, they're actually gonna forfeit the rights. Oklahoma City, they're gonna give the history to that franchise.
That's good.
But that's crazy to me. Like I've never even heard of that. Like you
Yeah.
could just forfeit the history to
Yeah.
because technically whoever goes to Seattle when they expand, that's not their history. That history is
No.
for Oklahoma City. That's the organization that did that. Not
That's why they retired Nick Collison's jersey number,
yeah, that's weird,
Because
man.
technically he played for both Seattle and Oklahoma, but technically he stayed in one franchise for however many years.
Yeah, but then that means what about Kevin Durant's history? Like where does he go?
Man, but his history is predominantly
But his history technically would be fractured even more. So technically
Sorry for that.
he would have, like, let's say in the future he would have Kevin Durant night in Seattle,
Yeah.
and then he would have Kevin Durant night in Oklahoma City. As
He
as
gets
a
jersey
person,
retired in both cities.
yeah. Even though that should be one stop, but technically now it would become two stops. That's
Yeah.
weird. That's crazy. Like he would have a lot of affiliations. Seattle, Oklahoma City, Brooklyn, Suns. That's a lot. But yeah, that's it is what it is. But yeah, going back to the LA Lakers, they have competition, but I think their competition is not the Clippers. It's the internet. It's really the internet.
Yeah.
Like they
No,
don't
the
have
internet changed
because
everything.
Jeannie Buss is still relying on that mystique, that LA mystique. She's still relying on that to get people to come there, and it hasn't worked. It has
Yeah.
not worked. They lost out on LaMarcus Aldridge. They lost out on Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Klay Thompson. I feel like there's more people to add to that list.
Yeah.
And a lot of people they lost out on was when LeBron was there. Nobody's gonna say that. LeBron was already there, and they lost out on Kawhi. They lost out on
DeMar,
Paul George. They lost out on
Jimmy Butler, DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, they lost out on a lot of people. Well, we don't know if they
Kyrie
wanted those
Irving.
people. We don't know if they wanted those people, but for sure we know they wanted Clay. We know they wanted Kawhi, and we know that they
think they
wanted
wa-
Paul George.
I think they wanted DeRozan at one point.
Yeah, well, they never said it. They never because the only thing is like those people I just named. There's history saying that they wanted those people. They courted
Yeah.
them. There's history saying that. Even Klay Thompson's deal kind of leaked out what the Lakers was offering.
Yeah.
DeRozan, I've never heard of them saying, "Oh, we want to meet with." Like I've never seen that. But think about Paul George re-signed in OKC. That's something that we never seen before. People forget about that part. He re-signed with OKC.
Yeah.
Like he could have went to the Lakers. He re-signed with OKC. That's what I'm saying. Jeannie Buss, I'm not sure if the green light or the light went off in her head saying that, hey, I don't think the whole big market LA thing is enticing these guys like it used to. It's quite different. And to be honest with you, in California, I would say the most attractive location to lure a player is Golden State because of the tech hub.
The tech hub, new stadium, everything.
Yeah, new stadium, tech hub. Just the type of people, like think about a long time ago, an NBA player would go to LA to meet the Hollywood elite or celebrities or directors. Now, if you go to Golden State, you get to meet, Zuckerberg, the people at Oracle.
Bezos.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos. You get Elon Musk sort of connection down there. Like it's different. It's different. Like I would say Golden State really has the must see people of the business landscape than LA does.
To
Because Hollywood
100%.
low key is dying.
Yeah, nobody really watches Hollywood like that anymore.
Yeah, it's no, you know what it was? They're not the only ones that could put stuff out on the screen.
People watching YouTube, I think music in general has been really dead. I think a lot of people have found other ways of getting entertainment.
Yeah. And everyone has a screen on their hands.
Exactly.
And then they could broadcast themselves right with their phones. A little kid, I remember even my friend's son, he's like 5 years old.
Yeah.
Bro, this kid doesn't even fully know how to spell certain things yet, but he can broadcast himself. He knows how to talk. Like all of a sudden he's shy as hell, but all of a sudden he gets on the screen, he goes live, he's explaining stuff. He's like,
He
"Oh,
knows
you
how to
could."
make TikTok videos.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, like what? Like this is out of instinct.
Yeah. He knows more than most like 30-year-olds, you know?
Yeah. So I'm just like, man, this is amazing to see this kid. But he knows how to film. He knows how to talk
Yeah.
as if he's talking to an audience. So I'm just like, where did he learn that from? You know what I mean? Like it's kind of crazy, but this is what I'm talking about with Jeannie Buss. She needs to realize, hey, you guys had a monopoly on that exact thing. No one in the past could have just broadcast themselves. Shaq couldn't have done that back then.
I mean,
when
dude,
he
you remember
went
during
there.
COVID? You remember during COVID? Like Miles Turner and I believe the other defensive guard who now plays for Matisse Thybulle. They were able to just push out like their Lego collections on live stream, and people were crazy over them. Whoever's into Legos, like they watch that shit, you know?
Bro, but think about what you just said, right? Imagine if a player did that in the era when Shaq had went to Los Angeles, right? Or when the Lakers were getting all kinds of stars, right? There's no player from the Indiana Pacers that could have went live playing Legos and it go viral and everyone would know about it. There's nobody that's impossible.
And bro, let's be honest, back then, who knew there was a community of people wanted to watch like Lego videos? Where now we know like there's a bunch of people making tons of money from Lego YouTubers, you know?
Yeah, but the thing is, these things have always existed, but the medium, the technology,
yeah, but the niche,
never been
is more popular now. The niche is more popular.
It is more popular. But then again, it's popular because of the technology allows everyone to link up. Like you don't have to travel to meet somebody else with Legos. You can just go live with your screen on your phone. And that part to me has hurt the Lakers from getting free agents. Like it hurt them because now you don't have to have the LA pressure. You can be SGA in Oklahoma City, all swagged out and everything. Everyone knows who you are, inviting you to the fashion parties, the fashion shows in Paris or whatever. But you play in Oklahoma City. Like this is the part Jeannie Buss needs to pay attention. Like there's no player on her current team that's viewed fashion-wise as SGA is, and he plays in Oklahoma City.
Dude,
like,
I mean,
that's
people
crazy.
Are buying, I remember I went to the Converse store and the outlet mall, SGA everywhere, and people are buying Converse because of this one dude. And Converse wasn't really like a popping basketball brand for a long time.
Mm-hmm. But again, what I'm saying is that players a long time ago, what Jeannie Buss is used to is that in order to be in that Converse store, players had to go to LA. They had to go to New York.
Yeah.
Now that's not the case anymore. So what is her next pivot? We haven't seen it yet. Because she's still saying it's LA. Everyone wants to come here. If they don't like the pressure, then oh well. Yeah. Like no, baby girl, you gotta make there enticing for players to come. You have to have a plan. You can't just say we have LeBron. Yeah, and this is where 100%. The stars come.
Bro, you could be a champion on a small market team now. Look at how many small market teams you're watching winning championships.
Yeah, like everyone right now in the league, they can't wait to watch Oklahoma City play from night in, night out. The Minnesota Timberwolves. These are games that most of us can't, we anticipate this season. Mavericks, Timberwolves.
For almost close to a decade, Giannis, let's see how he'll do against, whoever.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the Pelicans with Zion. You look at Anthony Edwards. Even LaMelo Ball. A lot of people still follow up what the Hornets do, and Hornets are probably like the least watched organization.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. Let me turn down my volume.
And also another great point you just brought up, Giannis, right? Another point
Yeah.
Jeannie Buss needs to look at is that the international players don't value the whole LA thing. If your league is getting
No, they
more
don't.
global and getting more international talent, they don't value the whole LA. You know, oh, I have
No,
to
they
be in the
don't.
Lakers. They don't value that the same.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
if had Giannis been in the NBA, let's say in the 90s when Shaq was around, him being a free agent and LA having the money to get him was almost a guarantee.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like, oh no, he likes Milwaukee. Like he likes the people there. He's just gonna stay there, and he can still have commercials.
Yeah. He likes living in the suburbs. He likes going to his Chick-fil-A because that was like his old brand, right? He
Yeah,
likes all that shit.
and he could still
Yeah.
be a star. He could still be on going viral, still be on social media, still getting the same
Hmm.
promotion. But that's the thing. Jeannie
I mean,
Buss doesn't
Kawhi.
realize she has the rug pulled from underneath her feet. A leverage that she had, it's gone. She don't have it no more.
When was Kawhi the most mainstream?
When he went to the Clippers, I believe. Like
Toronto Raptors championship.
the Raptors, no, but like, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe, but you know what? When he was, he when okay, going back to what you said, he went the most viral or mainstream by himself. Him laughing, right?
Yeah,
Him
but
being
that's
so
just the
serious.
Raptors.
Like,
Yeah,
think about it, he did that wasn't a commercial that was filmed. That was just him being himself, and it being
yeah.
plastered on social media.
What it do, baby? Where he's
Yeah,
with
what it
Serge
do, baby?
Ibaka.
All that. Like, those
Yeah,
things went viral, but nowadays you don't need Hollywood to do that.
like even like Kawhi's whole aura, like during the Raptors, that was like peak Kawhi too. Because you remember, even like Drake, the biggest rapper in the world, had Kawhi dancing in his music video,
Yep.
like for a viral moment.
Yep. And
Yeah,
again, that same way that you go viral, just lifting up the phone and hitting record, or people sharing stuff,
yeah.
it pulled the rug
Yeah.
underneath from Jeannie
Like,
Buss's feet.
yeah. Like Serge Ibaka just pulled out his iPhone. What it do, baby? And you just see like both of
Yep.
them, whatever, you know? Yeah.
That shit is better than any commercial that they could film.
Bro, I don't even remember Kawhi. Like, I've seen a bunch of Kawhi Leonard new or balance commercials, and I can't remember any of
Can't
them.
remember it, but you can remember the what it do, baby.
Yeah, the laugh,
Yeah, the
the
laugh,
Drake
like,
music video. I can remember all that stuff. Yeah.
yeah, man. Like at the end of the day, it's like that's what I'm saying. But before Jeannie
Mhm.
Buss was the only one because she was out there in LA that had the ability to put people on that
Yeah.
screen. Because think about it, Shaq was in Orlando killing it, and he wasn't really plastered on the screens until he went to LA.
Into LA, but
Yeah,
he went to LA at the right time because it's like Mike leaving the NBA, and they're like
mm-hmm.
Shaq.
But imagine Shaq was a player in that same prime age in 2024. I don't think he's leaving Orlando.
No, he's
Yeah, because he already
he
have,
isn't.
and plus he's not paying taxes on his money. Like he would have stayed. He would have stayed. He would have been getting the same movie deals, been going viral everywhere he went, and
Yeah.
he would have stayed in Orlando. I don't think in today's landscape he would have went to the
Yeah.
Lakers. And that's the part.
Oh, stronger Disney connection too with the whole Disney World and all that shit
Yeah,
too.
and that's the part a
Yeah.
lot Laker fans, well, I would say Jeannie Buss kind of looks over when she thinks she has leverage to get free agents.
Bro, nobody has leverage to get free agents anymore unless you have a good environment. Really, that's it. And a lot of these players, they like where they are. Like Tyrese Halliburton, you could tell he loves being in Indiana.
Yeah. But we've never seen that before. We've
No,
never
fuck no.
seen that before in the NBA where it's like the small markets have leverage to keep these guys. Because sometimes, like when I talk to my uncle, I try to tell him that he's so used to the NBA being the big stars are going.
4-team dominance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he thinks that Giannis is going to the Lakers or something all the time. Or like someone is going somewhere else where it's bigger. And I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
you don't have to anymore. Like those days are over.
No, he doesn't have to. And bro, I'm gonna be honest. I think like Dwight Howard and Darren Williams, they're really the scary story into a lot of these younger guys. It's the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
Facts.
Like for example, Darren Williams, Jerry Salone, legendary coach, catering everything to you. You have a small market that supports you all the fucking time. Dwight Howard, same thing, small market team, Superman. Dwight Howard, eating a billion Skittles go viral. You remember, like Dwight was like the biggest shit ever in Orlando. Once you go to Brooklyn, once you go to LA, you realize you don't like the media getting in your face. That lifestyle isn't for you. And I think those two had a hard introduction. Like Dwight himself is from what, Savannah or Atlanta, Georgia? So he's not really used to kind of like the big,
Yeah.
the big TV screens everywhere and shit. Despite him being a star since he was a kid, it's just a whole different beast, which a lot of guys aren't ready for.
Yeah, the media coverage is a lot different. And even LeBron
Yeah.
got caught off guard when he first went to LA because they were
Yeah.
asking him, they actually asked him what he was gonna do currently. Like they said that you did all
Yeah.
that stuff in the past. They didn't care. This is the media talking to him for the first time. And they told
Yeah.
him like, what he's gonna do now. Like they wanted to
Yeah.
like they had an expectation about the Lakers in the current state. And he
What
was
can you
caught
do
off
for me
guard
now, kind of
about
thing.
that.
Yeah, because Miami is relatively a new market for sports, and obviously, or in the sports of NBA because they came in the '90s,
No, not
and then when
Miami,
they
the Lakers, when he went to the Lakers.
no, but I'm talking about his previous two franchises. Miami is a newer market for the
Oh yeah,
NBA
yeah,
in
yeah.
general,
Miami's
and then
different.
Cleveland. In Cleveland, obviously, they're not. These guys aren't like generational like championship wins. Like Miami Heat, they won the first championship in 2006. You look at Cleveland, they had moments of like Mark Price and kind of like some noticeable players, but they weren't anyone that you could really like say you could really pinpoint and say, yeah, this was like peak Cleveland until LeBron came. So
Yeah,
obviously they're gonna be much more soft on criticisms. They're gonna be much more of,
yeah.
you're our guy.
Miami people in Miami is just I think football and football is king down there because
Yeah,
it's something about Miami. They treat the Heat like a club. The Miami Heat
yeah.
going to their games like their games on the East Coast are normally like
They're
7:15.
late.
Yeah, so
They're
like
late as fuck.
yeah,
Yeah.
so like when the Knicks go play Miami, because the Heat fans come at like almost 8:30, hour after the
Yeah.
game starts. All you see is Knicks fans in there. That's it. The Knicks
Yeah.
fans are
No,
early.
the
They're
games are
there by
dead.
6:30.
The Miami Heat games are boring to watch because the fans are not there for most of the game or a
Even
portion of
when
the game.
LeBron was there, they still came late.
Yeah. And
E-
that's LeBron.
LeBron, D Wade, and Bosh. They had the best team in the league, and they still came late.
Yeah.
They still came late. But anytime they play the Knicks, that's when you see the difference between the fan base. One
Yeah.
fan base is very leisure about their team. The other one is diehards.
Yeah.
The extreme diehards. But it is what it is. Like that's what I said. Everything right now, this is very good times because you got tech, you got the media landscape changing, you got the NBA getting an influx of brand new money, you got gambling. There's like so many different things. So how the league used to be in the past is the next 10 years is gonna be completely opposite. We don't know which direction it's
Yeah.
fully gonna go, but it's just gonna be way different. My only thing is that I'm nervous about the salary cap going up so high that guys are not as competitive. That's the only thing I'm afraid of. The money being so high is that
Yeah.
guys are gonna be making like over 100 million per year. What the fuck is gonna be the motivation in year 3? Like in 2 years, you made 200 million. This is
Yeah.
outside of endorsements.
It's just the contract itself.
Yeah, it's just man, like especially Luca
Yeah.
and Tatum. Luca and Tatum.